Every night I would wake up to someone calling my name in my ear, and I lived alone. This was years and years ago at almost the very beginning of my intentional spiritual journey. My little tiny baby gifts were starting to wake up, and I lived alone in this old apartment, and every night around 2 o'clock, I would wake up to my name being called in my ear. And the voice was firm, it was clear, it wasn't demanding, it wasn't aggressive, it wasn't scary, but it was absolutely disarming. I had never experienced anything like that. And all of the normal things came through my head. Like, am I making this up? Am I crazy? What is this? This happened every single night, and it got to the point where I was a little afraid. Not that necessarily anything bad was going to happen to me, but like, who is this? What is this? So I started sleeping with my light on. It even got to the point where I was like, I don't want to go to sleep because I knew it was going to happen, and I could feel my heart pounding out of my chest whenever it would happen. And then one night, right as I was falling asleep, my very first spirit guide that I was aware of came to me. I remember it so clearly. I was laying in bed, looking up the ceiling, just trying to get myself to relax. And I felt his presence. And in my mind's eye, in my third eye, I saw a tall Indigenous American man with a beautiful, deep complexion. And his presence was so calming and so protective. And I remember asking him, "Who are you?" And he said his name was Ted, which I was always like, why is his name Ted? Isn't this an Indigenous American person? What is that about? And it wouldn't be until years later that I got more of that story of why he called himself Ted to me. And that's the name that the colonizers gave him when they forced him and his family to take on different names. And anyway, so that night was the first night that he was with me, and he would continue to be with me every night and during the day by my side for years. And this was the very first time that I had a real relationship with a guide. And it was the beginning of so much for me. That terror, that place of being very uncomfortable often comes in right before the protection does. Gifts are cracking open, noise and static is getting loud, and you get scared. It's normal. You get scared of the unknown, of what's going on. I later found out that that voice in my ear was an energy within the apartment. But as soon as Ted came through, all of that died down. He helped me to transmute and clear the energy of the entire apartment and the energy of the entire building. When you're in need like this and you're open, your team will step forward. And for all I know, I moved into that really energetically active apartment for the sake of my gifts coming online in that way at that time. All that to say, if you're experiencing something that you're not quite sure how to handle right now, if it's loud and scary and you're not sure what to do with it, protection coming from within and without is on the way. Use your intention and your belief to ask for it and to receive it.